one and only. You are the one, my one and only. You are the one and only.
Is this new thing we've been hearing about?
It is, yeah.
I've heard it's pretty big.
It's pretty big.
I've heard it's innovative.
It's innovative.
I've also heard that it's a first.
It's definitely a first.
I've heard it's taken a lot of work to put this together.
Certainly has. We've been working on this product since before countrywide integration.
What did you say it was called again?
It's top secret, Robert. You'll just have to wait and see.
My one and only. You are the one, my one and only.
Welcome back, Robert.
Why me?
Something to do with your choice in music, I think. You had all those questions before, and I really wanted to be able to answer them, but I couldn't. We simply didn't have all the pieces in place. Now we do, and I can unveil a totally unique and innovative product, something our competitors quite simply don't have.
So this is it?
Yep.
So it is another new product?
Yes, but a very special one.
Why?
You'll see. But first you'll have to take a journey to get the full picture.
Hey Bridget, I just had an idea. You know that thing we learned about in the systematics course? Well, I can't budget and I think it might be able to help me to save.
Yeah, exactly, because I know that I have a problem saving.
Top secret product, over 1,000 different tasks for us.
For maximum everyday balance options, press 2.
Provide sign-off for the IMPD process. Update the impacts glossary. Update the screens and codes.
Sure we got everything covered?
No, we still have to provide a new format for the online manuals.
Excellent.
When we did our pilot of our staff out in some of the branches that we used for this product, they actually come up with a customer profile who they thought would really benefit from this product. So some really interesting stuff, and we're going to go through that soon in a lot more detail. But let's have a look at the training scoping that we've actually done for this product. And this is kind of the nuts and bolts in terms of the content for the course.
So Robert, now you can see why we sent out cheese and crackers with the business case partway through the process.
They say good things take time.
They sure do. And don't go away, take a seat, because you're about to find out that this is something worth waiting for.
So why the need for a new product?
Well, over the next couple of years, we're going to have to grow our customer numbers by 100,000 customers. And if we carry on doing just the things we're doing now, that will not be anywhere near enough. So we have to come up with something new, something innovative, and something that's going to help us grow that customer group. And that's why, when we did some research over the last couple of years, we thought we were onto a winner. When we found that a group of customers were very keen on this offering that we're going to make. Now, what we found when we looked at our research was that there were 4 groups of customers, and they think about this offering in a different way, and they think about their savings in a different way. The first group, interestingly enough, are non-savers. So they're not really savers at all. There's a second group, and they are money managers. They look after their savings in a very complex way. They have complex portfolios, and really there is no need to give them something that's going to encourage them to save, because they're already actively saving in a very complex way. So clearly this sort of offering has no place for either groups 1 or group 2. But there are two other groups that are savers or spenders, and they make up 42% of our customer base. And they have indicated that if we were to offer something that would help them save, they'd be interested. In fact, if we offered a product, they'd be quite likely to take it up. Well, interestingly enough, groups 1 and 2 were growing quite well, but it's groups 3 and 4 where we're not growing or actually even falling. So it makes a lot of sense to introduce a product that's going to help them achieve their savings goals.
And here it is.
This is the screen system that the customer's going to see?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's a current account and a savings account all in one. And that's why it's called Thoroughbred One.
Yeah.
If it goes over that, it goes across into the savings side.
Mm-hmm.
And if he spends too much, it comes back across.
That's right.
Great.
It's like a boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
You impressed, Robert?
Especially knowing that we're the first to come up with something like this. And it obviously fills a gap.
Yeah, I think it's important to keep going back to customers and ask them what they really want. We want to develop products that are simple and really work hard for our customers. The customers, they like this one because it was nice and simple. Simple because it does the day-to-day transferring for them. It's simple because it's all together and it's all in one place. And it's simple because they can manage their budgeting and manage their bill payments with a lot of confidence.
It would certainly help you avoid overspending.
Well, the customers certainly like the idea that it did create a bit of discipline around their accounts and help them achieve a savings habit. And what's more, they liked the idea that their bank was being proactive and helping them manage their accounts. Overall, they saw this as a pretty good sort of a deal.
So who's more likely to go for a product like this?
People who are already saving but would like some assistance in making it simpler, and also customers who would like to save but are having problems with their spending. Both those groups of customers think saving is really important and would really like the bank to help them achieve those goals.
They actually come from all over our customer segments, because the driver for this isn't income or age. It's their attitude to saving that really counts. But there are some segments that we don't think will be as interested. For example, the elderly are probably at the end of their savings careers, and people that are already getting discounts are probably likely to be interested, but won't necessarily want to change.
Morning, Carly.
Good morning, Rob.
Oh no, not again. Not this time.
Sorry, mate.
Are you okay, Rob?
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Okay, how about we take a seat down for a while? Have you got any appointments today?
Yeah, I've got someone coming in to see me about Thoroughbred One in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, how about I see if Kay can cover the appointment for you? She's very good with your products and services. I'm sure she'll treat the customer very well.
Oh, that'd be great.
Hello. Hi. I'm looking for Robert Reed.
Okay, Robert's had a bit of an accident. Nothing serious, but he's arranged for me to meet you. How can I help?
Well, I've heard a bit about this new Thoroughbred One account, and it sounds like it could be for me. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Sure, sir.
Sure.
It's basically an all-in-one transactional and savings account. It takes the hassle out of transferring and makes your savings easier. Are you managing to save anything at present?
Well, I am, but I'm finding that I have to keep on transferring funds between accounts, especially when I have to be...
Yeah, yeah, I know how that is. Okay, well, this may be the ideal account for you. Take a look at this. Okay, so it's split into two parts. You've got the everyday part, which is like your regular transactional account, and then the savings part pays interest on your balances. So, for instance, if you've got funds going in say $9.20 a fortnight, and you say, okay, my everyday expenses are this amount. Anything over that amount gets swept into the savings part of the account. It's really clever. Or alternately, what can happen is perhaps you'll have your money going in, sweeps across to the savings, but suddenly you've got an unforeseen expense, like we all do, and it may take your account into overdraft. So when that happens, the account will look and go, oh, we're in a minus figure and we're meant to have this amount, so it will transfer the money back from the savings side of the account to balance it out. So you don't actually go into that horrible overdraft situation, it just transfers it back for you. Okay, there you have it. Any questions?
Just one. What are the fees?
I'll give you this brochure that will give you an overview of what the fees are and what they entail.
Sounds great. Where to from here?
Okay, well first up we need to work out your working expenses so we can set the maximum everyday balance that's right for you, and that'll trigger the sweep. If you've got a minute, I can show you how to do it now.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look. Okay, now how often does your pay come in?
My pay comes in monthly.
It's monthly? Okay, we'll work it on a monthly basis so we can set it for that. Right, now, do you own your own place or are you renting?
I'm just renting at the moment.
Yep, okay. So what's your rent per month?
About $250 a month.
$250? Okay. Right, what about credit cards here?
I have Visa.
Yep. Okay, hope it's a National Bank Visa.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So it's about $200 a month I've got on that.
Good on you, okay. Okay, there's a biggie, food.
About $80 a week.
Yep. Okay, now you've obviously got your uniform supplied for you by the cycle company. What about other clothing and that kind of thing?
Not much really. It's a pretty low maintenance sort of guy. Pretty much.
Hair products?
You're probably looking at about, I don't know, $15 a week.
Yep. Okay.
Close to it.
It's close to. Right, now the interesting part, your income?
My income is probably about $3,000 a month.
It's time I became a cycle courier. Okay. You see here you've got a surplus of $450.50 a month, and with that account that would just sweep directly across into your savings account and start earning interest straight away.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah, it's easy when things are automated. As I said, this is all on our website, so you might want to have a look at that at some point. Now remember, at any point you can, while we've set your everyday monthly balance, that balance can be changed at any time. So if you find that it's not working for you, you can ring up at any point and just change that everyday balance.
Okay, so all I need to do is sign on the form?
Yep, sign on the dotted line.
Great, thanks.
What I'll do is just print this out for you, and I've got another brochure about the Thoroughbred One account that you can take with you.
Okay.
And you see it. Hey, how you doing now, Rob? Now that went pretty well.
He's not actually a customer I know a lot about. In fact, today would have been the first time I'd met him.
Okay, well he's in his 20s and he's renting, working long hours, but he's decided he wants to save up and go on the big OE.
What does he do for a job?
Oh, he's a cycle courier.
Maybe I have bumped into him somewhere.
I've got about 4 accounts. I think there's 2 savings accounts, a cheque account. Must be 3 savings accounts and a cheque account. Yeah, so I just move money around so I can't see it.
Having baby, it's any spare money there is. Well, there's actually no such thing as spare money now. It's stuff for him.
Saving becomes quite difficult, but it's something that I try to do, but my degree of success varies.
I find it difficult, and the way to get around it, I sort of try and set up some automatic payments to an account that I just will not touch.
Have a little bit of a savings plan and put a bit of money away on, on a fortnightly basis out of the salary.
I tend not to regularly deposit money in, but I do deposits every week. So I save regularly, but it's not automated.
From time to time I've been made redundant, so I've always had to be very careful of the consequences of that. But I'm a reasonably disciplined saver.
I looked ahead. I wanted a nest egg when I got to my present age, so I was very disciplined and focused with savings. So I invested regularly, monthly, over decades.
It would be a lot easier to save, and there would be incentives to save, which would obviously is always better. I think we always need incentives to save. But yeah, no, it's definitely something to be interested in.
Especially at the moment in my position, I would certainly like something that combines the two. I think it would be very useful indeed.
Like I said, there isn't much surplus, but when there is, it would be nice to know that it is being looked after. But I do have access to it as well.
It'll be tremendous. It would save me a lot of worry of having to actually ensure money's put to the correct account and things like that. So it'd be a great help to somebody like me.
To be able to achieve the goals that I'm currently trying for, it would make it much easier if it was automated.
Not necessarily, because I'm disciplined, the fact that I put so much in a cheque account and so much in a savings account, and I control that rather than the bank control it. And if I need any help, I know that the bank would help me. But no, I find it very easy to, be disciplined enough to organise my own accounts.
Probably not a lot, because it's probably cost money, and the least money it costs me, the better, because I would rather have the money for me than the bank. So, I mean, an automatic transfer costs money.
To make it easier for the customer should be a bank's prime aim. And if there's only one account rather than perhaps 2 or 3 or 4, it makes it so much easier for your customer. And that's what you're here for.
So we've got to sign off.
40%, 40. Bop. Impressed, Robert?
Yes, especially.
Probably won't be that interested, such as the elderly who are interested in.
Grab a seat, because you're about to find out that. You're about to find out. Because you're about to find out that.
Well done, boy.
The LUP-CPAB specification.
You're okay, Rob? Are you okay, Rob? You're okay, Rob?
Yeah, I'll be all right.